project for the other 6 companies, and we said, okay, if we really believe in this and we really think this could be a solution, and we were also criticizing other people for what they do. And, it's like we don't like what those are doing. Okay, let's put our money where our mouth is and try to make something. Okay, so that was the idea behind the, let's say, privately owned and individual owned enterprise. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Cornelium?
Cornelius.
I'm interested in social economy. There are 2 years since I started being interested in social economy and social enterprise. Before I worked in business for 14 years. And it's also a personal quest and also a quest for a new economical model. Because I was unhappy working for companies, and I said it should be something different, and maybe social economy is that something really different. After 2 years doing that, in which I participated, I had the opportunity to go in Trento, I had the opportunity to make case studies for a lot of social enterprises in Romania, a lot, 10 or more than 10 of them.
Cooperatives and credit
unions. I had also the opportunity to meet a lot of colleagues during the events organized by the Foundation for Social Development, whatever the name is. In English, sorry. Okay. I'm still confused about what social economy is and what social enterprise is. I see some models, but it's not. I don't see a definite answer. I have heard a little bit before a social enterprise model from the American model, like social entrepreneur, 4 guys getting together, let's do business, hopefully social and hopefully on profit. Then we have another social enterprises which are already existing. It's an economy which I was surprised to see that Romania had social economy and is functioning from, I don't know, maybe 100 years or so, like this cooperatives and credit unions. Let's say credit unions because this is a species that you might not have or found it somewhere else. And also I see a lot of new social enterprises appearing as a need for the association and foundation to finance their way out of remaining without support from the exterior. And also there is a 4th kind of social enterprise, the so-called WISE, or in our countries protected unit, with all the exaggeration, like you are obliged by the law to have 30% of the personnel employed, persons with disabilities, and they are trying to do it with 100%. And this is the 4th types of...
But where do you work? In which organization?
Okay, good question.
Yeah,
I have 2 heads regarding social economy. One is working part-time for a foundation which has a social enterprise, which is doing audiobooks for blind people, which is called Traveling Books. And with this occasion I noticed that even if you have good intention, you may be wrong positioned on the market, and you might have also choose a very narrow marketplace, which will not allow you to reach break-even or to thrive. And the second thing is I'm trying to do research and consulting for Dezbatere in Prometheus project, and there are also 2 other projects where we are trying to be some part of the solution that Peter mentioned before. We are trying to do cooperatives to associate small farmers, vegetable producers, in order to cover the gap to the market, because this is exactly the problem. this is difficult because they don't want to get together to associate each other, and then they already expect somebody else to do something for them. We are doing a cooperative and the cooperative will do something for us. This is the mentality gap that you have to cover to see that they are able to perceive the cooperative as their own business travel. And this is difficult. And an issue that he mentioned before is the pension system. The people don't believe that the pension system will hold. So it's no reason to work for a pension. You better stay on
the
black market. So there are a lot of pieces which are not coming together, which are, and a lot of big problems like Peter mentioned. It's only one of the problems that Romania has at this moment. And hopefully, I think that there are possibilities to create models which to be scaled, then replicated in different areas. That's my hope and my objective.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
My name is Dan Barna. I'm an entrepreneur. I started in 2007 a consulting company, and now we are leader on the market on information on structural funds. Basically, we have the most used private website, fondustructurale.ro, the website, and we also provide trainings related with accessing European funds, and we also do consulting. Consulting, information, training is the direction of the company, and as consultants and partners in a social economy project with County Council Alba, which is in the center of Romania, one of the county in the center of Romania. And there we developed a project, 2 years project, now it's in the last year, and created 3 social enterprises and 5 workshops in a community centers, 5 supporting social entrepreneurship in 5 communities, because they renovated some centers and we created the services there, and now we are developing the workshops. So at the end, instead of 3 social companies, will be maybe 8, because in these 5 centers we also develop social economic workshops. But these 3 main companies created in our project, one was in Alba Iulia, is carpenter and outside manager the park with parking, gardening, exactly. Gardening, it's one of them. The second one is mini copy center, paper, pictures, stuff like that. And the most visible and nice one is the rose farm in the castle of St. Crive. So the county council had a castle, not in a very shape one, but a castle with a large area of land. And we created there as a social economic company, a rose farm, which already produced 2 years roses, is running in this moment. So this is a nice example. And in this moment, in this last part of the project, we are trying to identify the most functional juridical way for this company to continue after the end of the project. The end of the project will be at the end of July. So we created the NGOs with the
So right now it's an association.
Yeah, in this moment it is an association to create
But
last
we're
month.
thinking which legal form is more adequate
Yeah.
for ensuring.
Basically, in this moment we decided to have an association with economic activity, running as a social enterprise. This is the moment now, and we created the first association for the castle, and we are in the procedures to create the second 2 for the other 2 companies, which will happen this month, I mean in June.
And the association is founded by the county council?
The county council and the people who were employed in the project. So it's an association with the county council to have some sustainability, reasonable sustainability, and also the people who worked in that workshops.
The workers?
Yeah, the workers. The number of employees is not so high, it's 3 up to 5, it's just 3 people. But they are keen to the scope, which is nice.
So the county council agreed to be founded together with the workers?
Yeah, within the
Disadvantaged people?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Very interesting. Foarte
The
tare.
challenge now is to survive after the end of the project. Because for sure the castle and the rose farm will survive because it has a nice support. And in that area there is Mr. Wagner, which is the president of the international rose companies. Wagner, yeah.
He survived.
Yeah, he survived. It's sort of the Steve Jobs of roses in the world. So he's living there. Yeah, he invented more than 12 types of roses. It's a garden rose.
I
And he's
have to
supporting
tell
the
you
farm.
this story. I was working for the European Union delegation and we gave this association a grant, this guy.
Yeah.
I have been, but some people in the commission believe this is not civil society. And I've been chased by the European Court of Audits because of this project.
Oh my God, so you remember it very well.
Yeah.
No, because I believe this
Yeah,
guy is
yeah.
part of this civil
Yeah, yeah.
society.
Yeah,
Well, and
it's
this
a
is
guy
a-
to
this
believe
is a
in,
proof.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's supporting the farm in terms of donating some type of roses and it's something like this.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And we are partners in this project, helping them developing.
If he is there.
He's not a member of the association, but
No,
he's
no, no.
supporting.
Yeah, but he's old.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
very-
yes. Parentheses.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm Ioana Terscanu. I kept thinking who I am in this meeting because my relationship with the social economy started in 2008 when I became part of a project coordinated by the Ministry of Labour. Project which had, among other objectives, the objective of analyzing the current environment, also legal, in Romania and in the EU, and proposing draft legislation as necessary for Romania in the field of social economy. I therefore coordinated this legislative component of this project. I contributed to the design and completion of the draft law on social economy. And I kept supporting this process until our days, as far as I could. Not being an employee of the ministry, I still answered to their calls as many times as I had the chance. And when they were calling me, which was not all the time happening, but I still tried to put at their disposal the information that they could need to finalize this draft law. Affected also about the fact that there was someone counting that during this project there were 13 state secretaries changing at the ministry, getting aware about the law, trying to understand what social economy, saying yes I will support it, and next day leaving, next one to start the same process, which makes it incredibly more difficult. As regards the
So
concrete...
it's okay that a lot of politicians now know what
Educate.
social economy is.
So you have
Most of them
an
are in jail,
educational impact, not an legislative impact.
promoting social economy.
12 people, it's also
Yeah.
already training. You can only train 12 people.
I never thought about this actually.
Positive externality.
This is positive thinking, really. And as regards my concrete involvement in the field, in the last 1-2 years, I was involved also in the project that Anne has presented with the County Council of Alba as a legal expert with knowledge of social economy. And I'm also hired by CRED, an association, a Romanian association, in a project in partnership with the National Administration of Penitentiaries, where they try to develop, to encourage, to promote, to develop ways of integrating both current and former prisoners, yes, convicts, by social economy structures. And it was a very good moment because the legislation on execution of punishments, thank you, is changing now, and we had the right moment to intervene and to propose modifications to this draft legislation. And the biggest success by now, in my opinion, is the fact that we succeeded to introduce for the prisoners the possibility to work based on a working contract, which they didn't have before. They could also only work by contracts of service provision and didn't have any of the benefits of the working contract. And there is a great need on behalf of the penitentiaries, both at national and at local level, to do things. It's an incredibly good area to intervene. They are one of the few who have spaces, they have buildings to give
And
for
working
such
abilities by the convicts, I mean, they
Yes.
are able to work.
They are able to work, and many of them are really interested in working because they really want it and they realize they have a huge.
We have some information, I will
Yeah.
talk to you
Thank you
later
very
about
much.
Italy.
Thank you very much. So that's briefly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Mihaela Babelu. I'm a sociologist. I work in the University of Bucharest, Sociology and Social Work Department. And we are partnering actually with CSDF and UNICEF, this project. Personally, I cover mainly the credit union issue in the project because we are actually quite well organized. Okay. And also within our faculty, we managed to introduce social economy courses for master degree level. Actually, next year in October, we will have the courses introducing the curricula. In October is the time. And I hope it will be a lot of interest in those courses. It's my own initiative, concrete initiative, with the exception of the research work in this field. I don't have a social enterprise. I didn't promote it anything at this level. So the only, let's say, entrepreneurial thing that I did was this class on social economy. I know that it's very fashionable now. We have some master programs in social economy. Personally, I don't feel that I'm ready to do that in my school. I mean, I don't really see it. It's a sort of enterprise also, a master program. Yeah. So,
Last but not least.
Yes.
James last but not perhaps least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Julian is him.
I represent two organizations. First is Atelier de Cause in English. It's a canvas torch. It started in 2009 in Digital Plus, the Association for Sustainable Development. And it is a workshop where we make bags from cotton. It has two goals. One is insertion for people in difficulty, and the other is all to educate or to promote the need for better bags than the plastic bag.
Okay, so environmental.
Environmental,
Concern.
exactly. Yeah, because our bags, they're made from cotton that's not treated, not bleached or painted. It's just an exception that sometimes we make painted bags. And also we have 6 working places for people in difficulty that work on these bags. The main purpose for them is not necessarily to learn how to make bags, but to have a period where they can adapt to a working environment, to a fixed program, quality, minimum quality, production norms, and so on. So after they get out of the project, they can be easily hired by other companies. And the second project is in the Future Plus, in Vita Plus, in this project. So I launched it in 2009, and I worked there till last year. Now I'm just a volunteer or consultant. The second project is with Soros Foundation, and we have a project, a 3 years project on European funds. We're working with 24 villages from all around the country, and we help them establish NGOs that are based on social economy and social enterprises. The project will end this summer, well, it's the last month, in June. And yeah, we started 25 social enterprises, out of which we are positive that 19 will function after the end of the project. And we have high hopes that about 12 to 14 will reach sustainability after 1 year, 2 years, something like that. What we did on Rules with the Soros Foundation is that we started the social enterprises 1 year ago, not all of them, but most of them. And we have 1 year of consulting on the field and giving practical expertise to the people from the villages. So they are, well, we help them, or we are close to them when they try to calculate the production costs and to see what the production process is and to find sales for markets and so on. The NGOs are formed by the people from the villages, in some cases with the local mayor in Maria and the church, or it depends for the persons or entities that wanted to start something in their village. This is considered to be a way or a base where you can start different projects for those communities. The economic ideas are different and are chosen by the people with our counseling based on what they know they can do, and based that on the local market or where they can sell what they produce. So we have agriculture, we have bakeries or bruteria, yeah. We have handcrafts, but we have also haircuts and, well, different kind of things that they thought that it's needed, yeah, in the villages. Now they have 2 to 3 people employed in each of the social enterprise, so it's up to 55 employees on the project. We know that after the project will end, there will not be 55 employees anymore, but we presume it will be around 30 that will be kept working places after the project, and of course growing slowly during time. Yeah, we take it easy first, testing a little bit the economic model and then growing in time. Yeah. Well, the main problems is that I saw during working with Atelierul de Pânză and Fundația Soros, and I'm also working with different social enterprises throughout the country as a volunteer, is lack of competitiveness from the costs, the production cost point of view. Is most of the social enterprise work with people that they're not very skillful or have high experience in production of those things. Like in Atelierul de Pânză, we take a person and we prepare it 1 month before we involve it in the production. And even though the salary that we pay and all the costs with that person are lower than with a professional, yes, the production norm is lower and the cost per product is higher. And also the materials are better, and also in our social enterprises. So the cost of production are higher than compared to a company or to an importer that produce large masses of those products. So this is one. And the second is, of course, is with legislation.
We will speak about, legislation later.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's not necessarily until now we didn't look at this legislation, we just took it as it is. And this is why with Atelier de Plânză we work on 3 entities as well, by the way, was talked earlier. So we have economic activity under the NGO. We have also a company, limited company, that's established by the NGO.
And owned by,
And
controlled by.
owned and controlled by the NGO, yes. And then we'll also have a protected union. And we cooperate with different clients based on their needs and where the fiscality is better for the clients and for us.
Thank you, Randy. And Claudia, do you want to say a few words to introduce yourself and just to explain your involvement in the social enterprise sector, just briefly?
Okay. I'm Claudia Dezbatere. I'm from the Research Institute for Quality of Life. And I was involved in the research part of some projects on social economy in Romania, including Prometheus. And I work most on cooperatives and the link between social economy and local development in Romania.
Okay, thank you.
No,
You don't
yeah, we
need
are
to
3 of us, we don't need to waste time. It's just that we've invited Euridice to, you know, we kind of felt we don't have a clear vision about where we will be going as a sector. And we thought maybe an external view after all these interesting experiments will help us, maybe, hopefully, I'm sure, in at least, you know, trying to understand a little better what's going on and even try to mediate between the different views, because I think we have different views.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult for us to mediate ourselves alone. So maybe an external facilitator could help us try to reach maybe an agreement even between ourselves. This was, if you want, the intention, and I'm very happy Euridice has agreed to help us move forward. So.
We are also very happy because this is for us an opportunity to understand, because we know very well the history of social enterprise in our country, in Italy, and also in other old EU countries, but we are not so familiar with, not at all, with Romania, so just a little bit. So we are very interested in understanding how these organizations are growing, are developing, because we think the social enterprise is a structural dynamic, so which cuts across countries that have different characteristics. So we are really very interested in understanding how these organizations are evolving and how also their potential could be fully harnessed, because possibly there are, I think, this is my impression, that there are many obstacles that need to be faced and overcome. Okay, coming to the first, can I start? To the
Yes,
first
please.
issue to be discussed. You have to go.
I have to
You
go.
have to go.
Sorry.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We will keep in touch. I will write you because I need to ask detailed things about.
Please, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, good. Thank you very much.
And I hope we stay in touch.
Yes, we will.
Peter.
And thank you. It's great to hear everybody's stories. Yeah, congratulations on what you're doing.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Peter. Thank you very much. So as Cornel already highlighted, when we speak about the social enterprise,
Well done. Thank you.
there is not a shared definition in the policy debate, neither in the policy debate nor in the academic debate. So there are very different approaches. There is a more, as Cornel said, US approach, which regards social enterprises as an income generating